Welcome back to this YouTube channel. Today we are just going to continue solving the GCE Mathematics Paper 1, the 2024 paper that they wrote. So if you remember from the previous video, the last question that we solved was question number 11, and this time we're going to solve question number 12. So question number 12 part A reads, the diagram below shows a sector whose area is 34.65 centimeters squared. The angle subtended at the center is 81 degrees and the radius is r centimeters. So we are advised to take pi as 22/7, and the question is find the radius r of the sector. So this is not a very simple question, so a lot of people found this one to be a very difficult question. So I'll go about this question in a very simple way, so you just need to follow along. So the first thing that we must do is we are simply going to use the formula for area of a sector. So area of a sector, so we have area equals to theta over 360 multiplied by pi r squared. So this is the formula for area of a sector. So what we are going to do next is we are going to substitute the area and all the respective information that has been given to us. So the area is 34.65, so I'll say 34.65. so don't worry about the decimal, equals to theta, so the theta is 81, so we have 81 over 360. So we have 360 multiplied by, we are told power is 22/7, so 22/7 multiplied by radius squared. So at this stage we can reduce it, so let us reduce by cancelling out the common factors. So from here I can see 9 can go into both 81 and 360, so I'll say 9 into 81 goes there 9 times, and 9 into 360 goes there 40 times, so we have 40. Okay, so we have 40 there. Then next I can see that a 2 can go into 40 and a 2 can go into 22. So 2 into 40 is 20 and 2 into 22 is 11. Okay, to make it easy, let me just rewrite. So we are having 34.65, I will say over 1 equals to 9 over 20 multiplied by 11/7 multiplied by radius squared. So I'll also indicate this as over 1. Okay, so this can also be written, I'll solve it from this side, so we can also write as 34.65 over 1 equals to, so I would advise you not to do any multiplication, just write them the way they are. So this is 9 multiplied by 11 by r squared over then 20 by 7 then by 1. So by 1 we know it is just the same. So at this point we can cross multiply, so when I cross multiply, this will multiply this and this will multiply that. So don't multiply again. I know we know 20 by 7 is 140, but don't do any multiplication because it will be difficult for you to find the final answer. Since this is paper 1, you're not allowed to use a calculator. So you're going to have 9 by 11 by r squared equals to, then you multiply 34.65 multiplied by 20 by 7, and then you are going to divide. So we are dividing this, which is 9 by 11 this side, and again 9 by 11 the other side. So this cancels, so we are remaining with r squared is equal to 34.65 then multiplied by 20 multiplied by 7 over 9 by 11. Okay, so there is a decimal at this point, so we have a decimal at this point, so I'll continue it from here. So I'll take it up to this stage. So now we need to get rid of this decimal so that we can work it out properly. So if you have done decimals multiplied by 10 or by 20, I think we know you just cancel out the 0, the decimal moves one point. So we are going to have r squared equals to 346.5 then multiplied by 2. So the 0 will go, this 0 will go, and the decimal will move 1 point, then multiplied by 7 over 9 by 11. Now we have a challenge again. It seems as if the decimal is not gone. So how do we remove this decimal? So if you want to remove the decimal, there's only one decimal there. You simply multiply by 10. So we're going to multiply by 10, but whatever you do on the numerator, you must also do it on the denominator. So I'll say r squared equals to, I'll multiply this by 10. So if I multiply this by 10, it simply means the decimal will go. So but I'll do the same. Even this side I'll multiply by 10. So if you multiply 10 by 346.5, it will give you 3465 without a decimal, and this 10 will go. So this is going to be 3465 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 7, then over 9 by 11 by 10. So the only thing that is remaining now at this stage is cancelling out the common factors, and our answer will come up. So r squared is going to be, let us divide. So which one? 2 is 1. 2 into 10 is 5 times. So I can see this number ends with a 5. Whenever a number ends with a 5, just know that 5 can go into that number. So 5 there is 1. 5 into 34 goes there 6 times. So we have 5 into 34 6 times with a remainder of 4. 5 into 46 will go there 9 times. So we are going to have 9 with a remainder of 1. 5 into 15 is 3. So we are having 693 multiplied by 7 over 9 by 11. So 9 can go into 693. So 9 can go into 693. So I'll say r squared is equal to 9 there is 1. 9 into 69. 9 into 63 goes there 7 times. So I'm going to have 7 with a remainder of 6. 9 into 63 again is 7. So I'm remaining with 77 by 7, then by 11. Again, 11 there is 1. 11 into 77 is 7. So the only thing I'm remaining with now is 7 by 7. So at this stage, I'll take the root. So I'll take the root. So r squared, which is square root, is equal to square root of 7 by 7. The square root of 7 by 7 is simply a 7. So this will go, and my r is equal to 7. So we have found the answer. So our r is equal to 7. So that is the answer for this question. R is equal to 7. Okay, now we move on to part B. So part B, the question reads, the ratio of areas of two similar solids is 9 to 25. If the volume of the bigger solid is 375 centimeter cubic, what is the volume of the smaller solid? So you need to be very careful with this question. So if you can check properly here, the ratio that we have been given, this ratio, the 9 to 25, is the ratio of areas. So ratio of areas, so we are told the ratio of areas is 9 to 25, but we are told to say this is the volume. So you can't use the ratio of areas to find the volume. So all we need now is to change this ratio of areas. We need to change it into ratio of volumes, but you can't do that. The first thing that you're going to do is convert this ratio of areas into ratio of sides. So what is the ratio of sides? So if you simply want to find the ratio of sides, you simply square root. So when you square root, then it gives you the ratio of sides. So we're going to say square root of 9 to square root of 25. So this one that we are finding is the ratio of sides. So this is 3 to 5. So this is 4 sides. The question is, how do we find the ratio of volumes? If you have the ratio of sides, then you want to find the ratio of volumes, you simply cube. So you have to cube the 3 cube and 5 cube. Then the answer that we are going to find will be the ratio of volumes. So ratio of volumes, this is going to be 3 to the power 3 to 5 to the power 3. So 3 to the power 3, the answer is 27. So this simply means 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, and you're going to get 27. So 5 to the power 3 is 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. So we have 27 to 125. So since we now know the ratio of volumes, we can now go on and use proportion to find the missing the volume of the smaller solid. So this one that we are given is the volume of the bigger solid. So this is for the smaller and this one is for the bigger. So you simply get the 375, you say 375 there to the x is what we don't have. So what are you going to do? What you're going to do is simply cross multiply. So I'll cross multiply, I'll solve it from the other side. So this is going to be 125 multiplied by x. It will be 125x is equal to 27 by 375. So this is 27 by 375. So as I said earlier, you don't need to do any multiplication, so you're just going to divide 125 this side and you divide 125 the other side. So this x goes and our x is going to be, this 125 goes, sorry. So what do you do at this stage? Just find common factors, the numbers which can go into 375 and 125, and that number is 5. So 5 into 125, it goes there 25 times, and 5 into 375, so 5 into 37 will go there 7 times with a remainder of 2. 5 into 25 is 5. Okay, so again 25 there is 1, 25 there is 3. Then you multiply 27 by 3, so 27 by 3. My x is 27 by 3. The answer is 81 centimeter cubic. So the volume of the smaller solid is 81 centimeter cubic. So this one is 81 centimeter cubic, and in here we found r is equal to 7. Okay, so we move on with the next question. So our next question is a variation. This is question number 13. So we are taught to say y varies directly as x and inversely as the square of z, and that x is equal to 8 when y is equal to 4 and z is equal to 2. So part A is asking us to find the constant of variation k. So the only thing we need to understand properly is the statement. Okay, so the statement reads y varies directly as x. So y varies directly as x. So y varies directly as x, and the same y varies inversely as the square of z. So y varies, whenever you are doing with inverse variation, you have to say 1 over the square of z, which is z squared. So what we need now is do a combination, combine these two. So this is y, this is y. So whenever you are combining, you need to write equals z. So then you multiply this and you introduce the constant. So when you multiply x and 1 over z squared, it will give you x over z squared. Then with a k, it will be k x over z squared. So this will be your master equation that you're going to use. So how do we find the constant of variation? It's just a matter of substituting the x, the y, and the z. Then we are going to find the value of k. Okay, so what is our y? Our y is 4. So we are saying 4. Then k brackets, our x is 8 over z squared, which is 2 squared. This is going to be 4 equals to 8k over 4. 4 into 8, the answer is 2. So we are having 4 is equal to 2k. We divide 2, our k is equal to 2. So the value of the constant k is equal to 2. So that is the answer for part A. So for part B, I'll solve it from here. We are taught to find the value of y when x is equal to 18 and z is equal to 3. So this is not that difficult. Just get the master equation that we found here. So this is our master equation. So we're just going to say y equals to k x over z squared. So z squared there. Then we already know the constant. So the constant of variation is 2. So that is the constant of variation. So our x in here is 18 and our z is 3. So we say y equals to k, which is 2. Our x is 18 over z squared. So our z squared is 3 squared. So y is equal to 2 by 18 over 3 times 3. Then you do cancel out the common factors. 3 there is 1, 3 there is 6, 3 there 1, 3 there is 2. Our y is equal to 2 times 2. The answer is 4. So the value of y is equal to 4. Okay, so we move on to part C. So part C is asking us to find the values of z when x is 25 and y is equal to 2. So what do? We equally use the same master equation. So y equals to kx over z squared. Then what is our y? Our y is 2, so we simply substitute 2 where y is equals to k. K is 2 as well. Then x is 25, then over z squared. Okay, so we are going to cross multiply. We say over 1, so this is going to be 2z squared is equal to 2 times 25. Don't multiply. If you want mathematics paper 1 to be easy for you, then divide 2 this side. So we're having z squared is equal to 2 and 2 will go. We are just remaining with 25. Then our final answer, we simply take the square root. So z is equal to, whenever you are taking the square root of a number, just know that it will be positive and negative. So this is positive, negative 5. So our z is equal to positive 5 or z is equal to negative 5. So these are our answers. So part A, we found our k equals to 2, and here y equals to 4, and here z is equal to 5 or negative 5. If you want, you can even include the positive. Okay, so we move on to the next question. So the next question is circle theorems. So the question reads, in the diagram, P, Q, R, S are points on the circle with center O. Okay, so we have the center there, and PQR, so PQR is this angle which is 68 degrees. TRU is a tangent at R. So this is a tangent at R. Okay, let us check the first question. So the first question is asking us to find angle POR. POR. So this is the angle that we are asked. So if you know circle theorem, you can see that this is an angle at the circumference, and the angle that we are taught to find is the angle at the center. So the angle at the center is twice as bigger than the angle at the circumference. So if this is 68, if you want to find the angle at the center, you simply multiply 68 by 2, then it will give us POR. So we are saying POR, angle POR is equal to 68 by 2, which is 136 degrees. What property are we using? So the property we are using is angles at the center are twice bigger than the angles at the circumference. So we are done with part A. With part B, we are asked to find angle PSR. So what is angle PSR? So angle PSR, this is the angle. Again, this is not a difficult question. So the only thing that we can see, if this P, Q, R, S, the whole lot of this is a cyclic quadrilateral. It is a quadrilateral with all its vertices touching the circumference. So as long as you have a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary, meaning they add up to 180. So this simply means when you add this 68 plus the angle which is at this point, the answer that we are going to get is 180. So PSR is simply 180 degrees minus 68 degrees. 180 minus 60 is 120, minus 8 is 112. So this is 112 degrees. So PSR is equal to 112. Part C, so part C we are taught to find PRO. So this is the angle. Now let us take a look at this triangle. So we have this triangle OPR. So OPR, if you see OP, this OP, this is the radius. So this is the radius. Again, OR, this is the radius. So what does it mean? If this is radius and this one is the radius, so it simply means these two are equal. So this makes triangle OPR an equilateral, an isosceles triangle. Sorry, so this is an isosceles triangle. So if we have an isosceles triangle, it simply means this angle and this angle are the same. So we already know this angle to be 136 degrees. Then it simply means we can find this one. So angle PRO is equal to 180 minus 136, then divided by 2. So PRO is equal to 180 minus 136. The answer is 44. Then you divide it by 2. So 44 degrees. Then 2 into 44 is 22 degrees. So this simply means angle PRO is equal to 22 degrees. Then we have solved 136 for part A. So this is 136 degrees, and part B is 112. So this is 112 degrees, and this one is 22 degrees. So these are our answers for this question. Okay, let us move on to the next question. So question number 15, we have part A. 2 points A and B have coordinates -5, -3 and -1, A respectively. Given that the gradient of the line AB is 2, find the value of A. So how do we find the value of A? It's simple. The only thing is we use the formula for gradient. So for part A, gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let us assign this. So we are going to assign this one as x1 and this one as y1. Then this is x2 and this one is y2. So all we need now is substitute all the given information in this formula, then solve the resulting equation. So the gradient we are told is 2, so we substitute 2 equals to y2. Y2 is A, so A minus y1 is -3. So we have -3 over our x2. Our x2 is -1. Then minus x1 is -5 as well. Then what do we do? So this is 2 is equal to negative will give us a plus A plus 3 over, again this is going to give us a plus, and the final answer will be a 4, a positive 4. So we are going to have a positive 4 over 1. We cross multiply. This is A plus 3 equals to 2 times 4. The answer is 8. So our A is equal to 8 minus 5, and our A is equal to A3. So okay, so we move on to part B. So part B is also not a difficult question. So we are simply given y is equal to 4x to the power 3 minus 2x squared plus 1. The question asks us to find dy dx. So y equals to 4x to the power 3 minus 2x squared plus 1. So for us to find the dy dx, we are going to say dy dx equals to 4. You multiply the 4 with the power there, which is 3, then x to the power 3 minus 1, then minus 2, again the 2 multiplies 2 there, which is 2, then x to the power 2 minus 1. So whenever you have a constant, dy dx of a constant is 0, so it will be plus 0. So dy dx is equal to 4 times 3, this is 12x squared, then minus 4x. So this is the answer. So part B is 12x squared minus 4x as our final answer. So this is the two answers for part A and part B. So we move on to question number 16. So question number 16 is a question on approximation, and the question reads: the length of a sugar cane is measured as 2.6. So this is the measured length, 2.6. If it its true length is 2.5 meters, find the absolute error. So we are asked to find the absolute error. So how do we find the absolute error? So absolute error is equal to the absolute value, so the absolute value of the true value minus the measured value. So this must be an absolute value. So the absolute value simply means the absolute error should always be positive. So it is up to you. If you want, you can say measured value minus true value, or true value minus measured value. It will still be the same because we have the absolute value. So what is the true value? So the true value is 2.5 meters. So this absolute value of 2.5 meters minus the measured value was 2.6. So 2.6. Then this is going to be 2.5 minus 2.6 is negative 0.1. So negative 0.1, but we have absolute value. So absolute value of any number is simply removing the negative. If it is positive, the absolute value is the same positive answer. So this is 0.1. The absolute value is 0.1. So this is the answer for part A. So part B, we are asked to find the percentage error. So percentage error equals to absolute error over true value, then multiplied by 100%. So since we have the absolute error, then it even makes our work easy. So this is going to be 0.1 over, what is the true value? So the true value is 2.5 meters. So this is going to be 2.5, then multiplied this by 100. So if you multiply 0.1 by 100, so I'll say over 1, 0.1 by 100, the answer is 10. So we're having 10 over 2.5. Now, how do we get rid of the decimal? So you simply multiply this side by 10, and you multiply this by 10. So this is going to be 100 over 25, and the answer is going to be a 4. So 4%. So part A is 0.1 meters and part B is 4%. So this is our answer for part A and part B. Okay, so question number 17. Question number 17 is a question on functions. So the functions f and g are defined by f of x is equal to 3x minus 4 and g of x is equal to x plus 1 over 3. So the first question is asking us to find the inverse, the f inverse of x. So finding the f inverse of x is a very simple thing. So we are going to say f of x is equal to 3x minus 4. So substitute f of x equals to y. So what we simply mean is where there is f of x, remove the f of x and replace it with y. Then after doing that, simply make x the subject of the formula. So this is our f of x. This is going to be y equals to 3x minus 4. What are we going to do? We are making x the subject of the formula. So this is y plus 4 equals to 3x. Then we are going to divide 3 this side and 3 this side. So our x is simply y plus 4 over 3. So what are we doing? So in here we can simply say f inverse of x equals to x plus 4 over 3. So this is the f inverse of x for part A. Okay. So part B is asking us to find gf of x. So gf of x. So gf of x. So what I will do, I'll write the first function. So the first function is g, so which is x plus 1 over 3. So what this simply means is in the g function, substitute the f of x function. Then you would have found the gf of x. So I'll write the first function, which is the g function, which is x plus 1 over 3. Now we are told in the g function, we substitute the f function. So this is going to be g f of x is equal to, where there is x, we are substituting the f function. So this x is going to be 3x minus 4, then plus 1 over 3. And g f of x is simply going to be 3x then minus 3 over 3. Now you can see that the top part can be factorized. The 3 is common, so we can say 3 is common, then we remain with x minus 1 over 3, and the 3 and the 3 will go there, then we are just going to say x minus 1. So our g f of x is equal to x minus 1. Okay, the last part is asking us to find gf of negative 3. So gf of negative 3. So gf of negative 3 simply means in the gf of x function, substitute where there is x with the negative 3. So gf of negative 3 will be equal to, since we have the gf of x as x minus 1, where there is x, just substitute the negative 3, and this is going to be negative 3 minus 1, and the final answer is negative 4. Okay, so we have found the answers to question number 17. So we are saying f inverse of x is equal to x plus 4 over 3, and our part B, we are saying our gf of x is equal to x minus 1, and our gf of negative 3 is equal to negative 4. So those are our 3 answers.